with the news that bombs have been sent to CNN, the Clintons, Barack Obama, George Soros, and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Maxine Waters, and many others, the far right is in a frenzy. Now, their newest conspiracy theory about this, as actual investigators and actual officials are trying to find out what really happened, well, the people over on Reddit already believe they know. And of course, it's batshit insane. Now, over at R the Donald, that is a pro-Trump forum on Reddit, many Trump supporters are now claiming that these bombs that are being sent to prominent Democrats are part of a plot to affect the 2018 elections. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Here we go again. Shift from what, by the way? The polling in a lot of places actually does favor Democrats. So what shift? Oh no, they're trying to shift it from Republican to Democrat. No, Democrats are already doing better in the polling. This actually is counterintuitive. But that's even if that theory is correct, which, no, there's no evidence that this theory is correct. In fact, it seems incredibly wrong. But try to make sense to people who live in an alternate universe, right? Now, for Soros, right? One theory is that Soros arranged to bomb himself. One user wrote, "Oh, bullshit. Soros, Hillary, and Obama mailed themselves packages." Oh, to number one, and he's got a bulleted list. 1, get in media. 2, now mainstream media can target Trump supporters. 3, get sympathy. And 4, misdirect from caravan ties. I love that. I love how number 2, is, or I should say number 1, is get in the media. Do you know Barack Obama used to be president of the United States? If he wanted to get in the media, it's real easy for him. All he has to do is just call some people up and be like, "Hey, I want to do a press conference." "Yes, sir, Mr. President," right away. But no, he's got to stage an elaborate bombing attempt on himself in order to get media attention. It's ridiculous, right? And then, of course, the mainstream media can target Trump supporters. I mean, look, if the shoe fits, right? Insane conspiracy theories, which is what you're peddling right now. Hateful rhetoric, violence. They don't really even need another reason to say bad things about Trump supporters, but whatever. And by the way, the media goes out of their way to say, both sides are violent. So that's ridiculous. Get sympathy. Whatever. But the most interesting one about that is the caravan ties. What caravan ties? There are literal reporters traveling with the caravan. They have, they've disproven a lot of the bullshit being spread about it. That, no, it's full of Middle Easterners and criminals. No, it's not. There's no evidence to suggest that. If there were evidence, then it would be reported. But of course, more crazy, another theory, they're doing it to themselves. If it turns out that they didn't find the people who did it, it's because they did it. Same damn thing with Soros. Midterm victimhood, next victim, Obama. Which, of course, I think this was written before the bombs went out to both Obama, Clinton, and the rest. I love that. They claim that they're the victims, that Soros is the victim, I should say, and then say that, no, see, they're not the victim because they did it to themselves. We're the actual victims because we're being framed. Nobody's framing you, right? No, nobody's saying that the entire right wing is okay with sending out these explosive devices, right? No, that's not the entirety of the right wing. There is the far right that is that does engage in violence, that does engage in violent rhetoric. If that doesn't represent you, then what do you have to worry about? You don't have anything to worry about. Unless it does represent you. Unless you are peddling conspiracy theories and leading to violence. Well, then I guess you do have a reason to be worried. But look, more seriously, what would happen? What would have happened if somebody had died as a result of these bombs? What then? What are you going to say? Bombing themselves and killing themselves to what? Own the conservatives? No, that's stupid. Nobody does that. This isn't a false flag, okay? Look, this could have really hurt or killed someone. This is absolute seriousness, right? Absolutely serious. But of course, we're going to have more alternative reality. Another comment, quote, now Hillary and Obama have received packages that could be explosives. They were, according to the Secret Service. He says, you guys, the deep state is going all out right now because they know the midterms are going to be devastating. Okay, number one, if the deep state is all powerful, then they could just rig the votes. I mean, it's not as if right-wingers haven't said they can rig the votes. If the deep state is all powerful, then you already have no voice. In reality, it's not the deep state that makes you have no voice. It's the oligarchy, it's the corporations, right? Those are the people who actually, have more impact. And going back to the Princeton study, right, where regular voters have statistically zero impact on policy. Why? It's because of the donors. It's the money that controls it. It's the donors. It's not the deep state, the secret cabal. No, the cabal is right in front of you. It's money in politics. You remove money in politics, guess what? You get your voice in politics back. As always, they go after the wrong people, right? But here's the thing. It is about fear. That's what this is about. All this, these conspiracy theories, it's about fear. These people are so incredibly afraid of change. They're afraid of truth. They're afraid that the country that they have fetishized in their mind and created in their minds, which doesn't actually exist, but again, they have really, created this image of the perfect America, which often involves just white people, white Christians, right? And that's not what the majority of America is or wants to be. And so they're afraid of reality. They're afraid of demographic changes. They're afraid of changes in the culture, being more accepting of LGBT folks, being more accepting of different religions and different cultures in America existing, afraid of different people. They're so afraid. They're so afraid. And so they come up with these conspiracies. Oh, it's the deep state. And Obama's bombing himself because of the midterms. And the Democrats were going to lose. There's going to be a gigantic red wave and all that stuff. And it's all political. No. What actually, it sounds a little bit like projection to me, right? Don't forget the midterms because all we care about is keeping our power. Again, forget about it. These devices could have killed somebody or deeply hurt them. And yet all these people do is all they care about is the politics of the situation. If this was happening to right-wingers, prominent right-wingers were getting bombs sent to them, I would be the first one to come out and condemn this. I'd be the first one to say, oh my God, this is horrible. You should not do this to political opponents. I may not agree with anything on them, but for God's sakes, don't do anything like this. This is horrible. People can get hurt. I hope we can have some of that reaction from the right. But from what I'm seeing right now, that's not going to happen. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.